Welcome back, everyone, to Overage Mastery. I want to discuss a question I get literally with every single person I have ever talked to about my course, the Overage Mastery course. Every single person I talk to, they all have the same question, and it's almost always the first question. So I decided to make a video on this. I know that this is still going to come up, but at least you guys have this video to go back on if you forget what I tell you. The question is, of course, how long will it take me to get paid if I start doing overages today? If I take your course, Dan, if I start on this today, how long before I get paid? That's what everybody wants to know, and for good reason. You're investing in something, you want to know what your return is going to be. Okay, so let's talk about this. I'm gonna give you the short answer first, and then we're gonna go a little into depth, because as you can imagine, with most complex questions, the answer is gonna be it depends, but it depends on certain factors. We're gonna go over those. Okay, guys, I have made several videos on the patience that is the overage world. In other words, the best virtue you can have is patience. I think that was a whole video I did. I don't think and in that video, I actually think I talked about waiting on checks to get sent to you and things like this. But I haven't done a straight up video on how long before I get paid. So that's why we're doing it now. Guys, my average, I would say, is probably 2.5 months. From the time I get the paperwork from my clients until the time I get the money in my account, it's probably 70 to 80 days or 2.5 months. That is my personal average. Now, I have done videos on this channel where I told you about my longest case, which took over a year. Okay, I know I did a video on that recently. I also did another video, I think the week after, where I talked about the case I had where I got the money back in less than 30 days, which was my absolute quickest overage ever. The day my attorney got the petition into the court was the same day the judge approved it and sent the check. Guys, that's unheard of. I mean, even for me, I was blown away. I have had judges approve cases within a week or 2 weeks, though, which is also pretty quick. But still, even with those, you're looking at what, 40 to 45 days, a month and a half. Now, a month and a half is good, though. If you can get money in your account in a month and a half doing an overage deal, that's a very quick time frame, which is what you want to go for. So when you work counties where they're prone to getting these things done quickly, man, stick to those counties. I mean, those are the ones you want to do, right? Don't ever deviate from those counties ever. Okay, let's talk about just a little more in depth, though. How long before I get paid? Guys, you got to build your pipeline. There's a reason I tell all of my students, if you have bills that need to be paid and you don't have savings set up, I do not recommend that you quit your job and jump into overages right away, for obvious reasons. If it's going to take 45 days for you to get paid at the quickest, then, you got to be able to make sure you can cover your mortgage or your rent or your food or utilities for that 45-day period. And that's assuming it doesn't take, 90 days at 3 months, which it very well can. A lot of my cases, I get the check finally after 90 days. Let's break it down. You find a client, that takes you a couple days, right? You mail them, because they're old, okay? They don't want you to email it, so they want you to snail mail the paperwork to them. That's going to take 4 or 5 days if it's out of state. So now they've got the paperwork. If they're very gung-ho, it's going to take them a couple days to sign, notarize, then they'll send it back to you, which takes another 4 or 5 days to send it back to you. Now we're looking at 10, 11 days at least. 10 or 11 at least. But you've got the paperwork now, you've got it in hand, so you're mailing it, or better yet, emailing those documents to your attorney. So he's got it. That's 1 day, so I'm not even going to count that. That's quick. Now the attorney has it. A good attorney will get this thing filed anywhere from a week to 3 to 4 weeks. Let's say 30 days just to round up. So it's taken your attorney 30 days to petition the court. The petition is in, the court has it, they're reading it, they're reviewing it. That's 30 days. So now we're at 40 to 41 days, okay? That's where we're at currently. It's going to take the judge 2 weeks. It's going to take him however long it takes him, but on average, it'll probably take him a couple weeks to give it the stamp of approval. Okay, I've read this over, it looks good, give them the money. At least 2 weeks. So now we're at 14 days past 40, which is 54. Now we're at 54 days. Now the money is in the hands of whoever was holding on to it, but they have the court order from the judge to release the money to you. That's going to take them at least another week because, you know, this isn't important to them. So the trustees, the government, the trust, whoever has the money, give them a week to actually do the check and send it to you in the mail. That's another 7 days. So we're looking at, 61 days. Now we're at a solid 2 months. It's going to take 5 days at least for the check to get mailed to you if it's an out-of-state gig. So now we're at 65, 66 days. That's just over 2 months, and that tends to be a little on the quick end. Okay, so that was a very quick, very rough breakdown, mind you. I'm trying to make these videos fast so you're not wasting your day watching these, but we're talking about that. What I just rambled off to you very quickly in my head, that's pretty standard and also probably on the quick side of standard. I mean, it's not uncommon for a judge to take a full month to review the petition, especially if it's a busy city. If it's a big old city, you know, judges have cases coming to them every 5 seconds. So give them a month. If it goes to the county or whoever to fill out the check or the state to send it to you, guess what? Sometimes they get the orders, but it gets lost in their emails. So you're waiting. It's been 2-3 weeks, and you're like, what the freak? How come I haven't gotten this check? Or how come they haven't sent it at least to the attorneys yet? You call them, oh, I didn't even see this order come through. Oh, shoot. Well, I'll get that done by Friday. It's Monday when you're talking to them. So there's another month, right, before they sign it and send it. These things happen. They don't happen every time. I'm not saying that's crazy common, but it does happen. So when I say my average is between a month to 4 months, you kind of understand what I'm getting at. Every county, every case, every judge, every court, every attorney is going to be slightly different, excuse me, in how they do things. So you need to stay on top of it, okay? Don't expect that the trustees are just going to see these orders or the government or whoever. Call them, preemptively call them. Say, hey, did you see the order? It just came through today. That gives them an out too, by the way, because you can say, hey, I know this just happened today, but I wanted to make sure you got it. So say, oh, yeah, no, I usually don't see them when they come, you know, that day, but I see it here, so thanks for telling me. You give them an out, because guess what? They're not going to notice it even in 2 weeks, so it's good to call them. That was another whole video I did. I think that was one of my first videos, was talking about working with these guys to get them to write the check faster. Okay, so guys, when you ask me, how long will it take me to get paid? My answer, it will take you anywhere from a month to 4 months, but probably closer to the 4-month side. So this was fine by me because my first month ever of doing overages, I want to say somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 clients. Maybe it was probably more. But I had many clients within the first month. That didn't mean I got paid that first month, and you know that. I didn't get paid until month 2, 3, and 4 between all of those. But I had money in my savings. I was laid off from my job, so I didn't have any other work. I was just doing overages at this point for a whole month, but I had money in the bank. So I had a whole half a year worth of money. I mean, I was making more than $70K a year at my job. I was laid off. So I had 6 months worth of funds. So if you have that, and if you're confident that you hate your job and you want to try a real estate strategy and you want to do overages, do it full time, give it a go as long as you have money in the bank. And again, you can do math. You understand why. If you're waiting 60, 70, 80, 90 days to get paid, you need to make sure those months are covered. But it'll be worth it because once you get those 10,000, 15, guys, I just closed a deal yesterday that was 15K. I'll definitely be showing you that check. The check will be for 75,000, but my take was 15. I could have asked for more. I should have asked for more, but honestly, it felt weird because this was an easy case, and he kind of knew it was an easy case, and I knew it, so it's like, all right, I'll lower my normal percentage, but still, $15,000 is a lot of money. Especially for one deal that took me less than, a day to deal with. So Guys, it is worth it. And when you build your pipeline and have these deals coming in, it is worth having that and having put that time in, beforehand. Once the checks start rolling in, and they will, once the checks start rolling in, it's all worth it. Okay. Keep that pipeline built. Wait your couple of months for them to send you the money. This is a bit of a waiting game. That's all right. It's still very easy and it's still very lucrative. So if you want to learn more, jump on the course, DM me, find me on Facebook, Instagram, DM me on YouTube, whatever you want to do. Write me a comment below. I'd love to talk to you. We'll see if this is a good fit for you. All right, guys. See you next week. Hope that answered your questions. If not, leave a comment. All right, bye.